Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's college basketball, NBA, NHL, look ahead to tonight's games in each sport, look ahead to today's soccer, as well as recapping yesterday, news and notes and best bets. So short show today. College basketball is where we'll begin. We'll go over the results yesterday and look ahead to tonight's games. Number 4, Marquette over Butler, 78-72. Syracuse upsets number 7, North Carolina, 86-79. Number 10, Iowa State beats Cincinnati, 68-59. Number 14, Illinois beats Michigan, 97-68. Number 16, Dayton beats Duquesne, 75-59. Pitt beats number 21, Virginia, 74-63. Illinois State upsets number 23, Indiana State, 80-67. Providence over St. John's, 75-72. Vandy over A&M, 74-73. George Mason over George Washington, 90-67. Davidson over LaSalle, 71-56. Drake over Evansville, 78-75. Florida over LSU, 82-80. Northern Illinois over Buffalo, 72-68. Number 17, Creighton over Georgetown, 94-72. Tennessee Tech over Tennessee State, 70-50. Number 12, Baylor over number 25, Oklahoma, 79-62. Number 19, BYU over UCF, 90-88. Number 20, Wisconsin over Ohio State, 62-54. Number 22, Kentucky over Ole Miss, 75-63. BC over Louisville, 89-77. Virginia Tech over Florida State, 83-75. So best bet lost again. San Diego State over Colorado State, 71-55. San Jose State over Air Force, 73-66. And New Mexico over Nevada, 83-82. All right. Tonight's slate at 6 o'clock, you have BU Army. Lions BU 1.7, total 127 and 9/10. And we have Pick'em in 123.5 over. 6-3 Presbyterian and UNC Asheville. My line is Asheville 11.8, total 115. 17-20, and it's 10.5 and 149.5. Slight over. Big Tenor, Michigan State, Penn State. My line is Michigan State 3.2 to 145. It's 3.5 and 144.5. Very close yet again. Slight over. Robert Morris, Youngstown State. My line is Youngstown 9.6 to 151, 11/20, and it is 10.5 and 149.5. So I'll take the over there. 7 o'clock ACC Network, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. Mine's Notre Dame 1.7 to 137 and 19/20. And it's 3.5 and 132.5 over. Miami Clemson, ESPN2. My line is Clemson 3.1 to 150 and 17/20. So it's 7.5 and 150.5. I'm going to take Miami getting the points. Tulsa, South Florida, ESPNU. My line is South Florida 10 3/4 to 146 and 3/5. And it's 8.5 and 148.5. I'm going to go with, I'm going to lay it with South Florida. SC Upstate High Point. My line is High Point 12.2 to 150 and 1/10. And we have 14.5 and 152.5. Tough one, but I'm going to do the under. Gardner Webb and Charleston Southern. My line's Gardner Webb 4/5 to 144, and it's 5.5, 143.5. I'll take Southern in the points. Chicago State, Eastern Kentucky. My line's Eastern 27 to 144 and 7/10. And it's 10.5 and 142.5. I'm going to lay the 10.5 with Eastern Kentucky. Next up, CBS Sports Network, Xavier Seton Hall. My line is Seton Hall 4.3 to 145.25. And it's 2.5 and 145.5. Slight lean Seton Hall. Holy Cross Colgate. My line's Colgate 13.5 total 138 and the 20th. And it's 18.5 and 141.5. I'm going to take Holy Cross in the points. American Navy. My line is American 3.5 total 137 and 320. It said it's 1.5 and 132.5. Over. UMass Richmond. My line's Richmond 7.3 to 145 at a fifth. And it's 3.5 and 143.5. That's low. I'm going to lay it with Richmond. St. Bonaventure Fordham. My line is Bonnie by 7/10 to 143 and 3/5. And it's 4.5 and 141.5. I'm going to take Fordham in the points. Loyola Maryland Lafayette. My line's Lafayette by 9 to 133 and 3/10. And it's 8.5 and 125.5. Over. VMI Furman. My line's Furman 14.8 to 155.5. And it's 22.5 and 164.5. Ooh, I don't know. Under. Wofford Mercer. My line's Mercer 0.3 to 145 and 9/20. And it's 1.5 and 136.5. I like the over. UNC Greensboro and the Citadel. My line's Greensboro 8.2 to 142 and a quarter. And it's 4.5 and 136.5. I'm going to take the over. East Tennessee State and Chattanooga. Mine's Chattanooga 8.5 to 144 and a quarter. And it is 7.5 and 140.5. I'm over. Northern Kentucky, Green Bay. Mine's Green Bay 2.6 total 141 and 1920. It said it's 3.5 and 138.5. Over. IUPUI in Detroit. My line is IUPUI 2.4 total 145 and a 20th. And it's Detroit 5.5 total 142.5. Woo. I'm taking IUPUI in the points of plus 98 outright. That's crazy. Milwaukee, Cleveland State. My line's Cleveland State 4.7 total 154 and 3/5. And we have 4.5 and 155.5. Slight under. Oakland, Purdue, Fort Wayne. My line is Oakland 1.1 total 151 and 7/20. And it's Purdue, Fort Wayne 1.5 total 151.5. I'm taking Oakland plus the points and minus 106 outright. North Florida, Queens. My line is Queens 1.4 total 156 and 19/20. And it's 1.5 and 164.5 under. Jacksonville, Kennesaw State. Mine's Kennesaw 5.9 total 156 and 3/10. And it's 5.5 and 153.5 over. Southern Illinois, Belmont 7:30. Mine's Belmont by 4 total 147 and 2/5. And it's 2.5 and 145.5. Slight lean to the over. Northern Iowa and Valparaiso at 8. My line's Northern Iowa 9.7 to 142.5 and a 7.5 142.5. I'm going to lay the points with Northern Iowa on the road. Missouri State against Murray State. My line is Murray State by a half total 140 and a 5th. And it's 3.5 and 136.5. Over. UIC Bradley. My line's Bradley 14.6 to 140 and 7/10. And it's 13.5 and 139.5. Slight over. St. Joe's in Loyola, Chicago. My line's Loyola 4.2 total 145 and a 5th. And it's 4.5 and 150.5. Under. 8:30 on the SEC Network. Number 11, South Carolina. Number 13, Auburn. Mine's Auburn by 4, total 143. And it's 11.5 and 137.5. Ooh. I'm going to take South Carolina in the points. That's way too many points. Iowa, Maryland, Big Ten Network. My line is Maryland 4.2, total 147.5. And it's 4.5 and 145.5 over. 9 o'clock, CBS Sports Network, number 1 UConn at DePaul. My line's UConn 16.6, total 144.5. And it's 23.5 and 141.5. I'll take DePaul to cover. Number 8, Tennessee at Arkansas, ESPN 2. My line's Tennessee 2.5, total 150 and 13.20. It's 8.5 and 150.5. I'm going to take Arkansas to cover. That's way too many points at home. Pac-12 Network, Oregon State, Arizona State. My line's Arizona State 6.2, 241 and 4/5. And it's 6.5 and 136.5 over. ESPNU, Western Carolina, Samford. Great game, man. Samford 6.4, 252 and 11.20. It's 6.5 and 156.5 under. All right, 2 more. Utah State, Wyoming, 10 o'clock, Fox Sports 1. My line is Utah State 2.8, total 149.25. And it's 7.5 and 152.5. I'm going to take Wyoming getting the points. And last but not least, 11 o'clock, CBS Sports Network, UNLV Fresno. My line's UNLV by 1, total 43 and a 10th. And it's 4.5 and 138.5. I will take the over. All right, now move on to the NBA. We will recap yesterday's games and look ahead to tonight's games. So we only had 6 last night. Tonight we have a whopping 13 as the All-Star break approaches in a couple of days. Celtics over the Nets 118-110. Thunder over the Magic 127-113. Heat over the Bucks 123-97. Oof. Suns over the Kings 130-125. T-Wolves over the Blazers 121-109. And the Lakers over the Pistons 125-111. All right, big window. Tonight, 7 o'clock, you have the Hawks at the Hornets. My line is the Hawks 4 3/4, total 236 and 9/10. And it's 6.5 and 238.5. That is a hard one. But I'm going to take a slight lean to Charlotte. Knicks Magic, mine's Magic 7.5, total 223 and 13/20. And it's 3 and 212.5. Over. That's way too low with a total. Heat Sixers. My line is the Heat 1 3/4, total 226 and 17/20. And it's Sixers by 4, total 223.5. Why are the Sixers favored? I'm taking Miami and the points in plus 148. 7:30 Nets Celtics. My line is the Celtics 11 1/4, total 230 1/4. And it's 12.5 and 226.5. Over. On ESPN tonight, Bulls Cavs. Mine's Cavs by 8, total 24 and 3/5. And it's 9 and 223.5. Slight over. Pacers Raptors. My line is the Pacers 2 1/4, total 238.5. And it's 3.5 and 244.5. I like the under. 8 o'clock, Rockets Grizz. My line is the Rockets 3 1/4, total 222 and 17/20. And it's 3.5 and 220. I like the over. Wizards Pelicans. My line is the Pelicans 14 1/4, total 233 and 1/5. And it is 12.5 and 234.5. Slightly into the Pelicans. 8:30 Spurs Mavs. My line's the Mavs 12.5, total 234 and 11/20. And it's 11 and 239 under. 9 o'clock Kings Nuggets. My line is the Nuggets 5 3/4, total 231 and 1/10. And it's 6 and 230.5. Slight over. Pistons Suns. My line is the Suns 12 3/4, total 233 and 7/10. And it's 12.5 and 237.5. Under. Lakers Jazz. My line is the Jazz 1 3/4, total 235 and 3/5. And it's 4.5 and 236.5. I actually like the Lakers getting the points. And last but not least, 10 o'clock ESPN, Clippers, Warriors, no Kawhi. My line's the Warriors, 2.25, total 233 and 13.20. It's at his 3.5 and 234.5. Slight lean toward the Clippers. All right, now we'll move on to the NHL. We will recap yesterday's results and look ahead to a small window for tonight. Lightning over the Bruins, 3-2 shootout. Sabres over the Kings, 7-0. Wow. Leafs over the Blues, 4-1. Habs over the Ducks, 5-0. Sens over the Jackets, 6-3. Avs over the Caps, 6-3. Kraken over the Isles, 2-1 shootout. Devils over the Predators, 4-2. Stars over the Hurricanes, 4-2. Canucks over the Blackhawks, 4-2. Oilers over the Red Wings, 8-4. Whew. All right, only 3 games tonight. 7:30 TNT. Panthers, Penguins. I swear Pittsburgh's favored. It's going to be the dumbest line of the year, and they're not, thank God. Panthers minus 126, Pens plus 105, over under 6.5. Overs plus 110, unders minus 134. Panthers minus 1.5 is plus 180, Pens plus 1.5 is minus 220. I like the over. Sharks, Jets. Jets minus 400, Sharks plus 310, over under 5.5. Overs minus 122, unders plus 100, so even money. Sharks plus 1.5 is plus 118. Jets minus 1.5 is minus 142. I like the under. And last but not least, 9:30, Wild Coyotes. Wild minus 120. Coyotes even money, over under 5.5. Overs minus 130. Unders plus 106. Wild minus 1.5 is plus 195. Coyotes plus 1.5 is minus 240. I'm going to go with the Coyotes outright at even money as a dog. Usually one dog wins a night, and I think it's going to be the Coyotes. So there you have it for hockey.
Now I'm going to recap the soccer from yesterday and look ahead to today's soccer. We have ELC, Birmingham over Blackburn 1-0, Leicester over Sheffield Wednesday 2-0, Norwich City over Watford 4-2, Hull over Rotherham 2-1, Leeds over Swansea 4-0, Bristol City over Southampton 3-1, West Brom over Cardiff 2-0. All right, and today 2:45 you have Huddersfield and Sunderland. Just gonna pull up the odds really quickly. Let's see here. Sunderland plus 110, Huddersfield plus 250, draw plus 230. Sunderland's better, and take them at plus 110. Plymouth Coventry. Coventry minus 105, Plymouth plus 250, draw plus 280. Coventry's playing well, taking them minus 105. Preston Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough plus 120, Preston plus 220, draw plus 230. I'm going to draw plus 230. I think Preston's playing pretty well. Stoke and QPR. Stoke plus 115, QPR plus 240, draw plus 230. I'm going to take the draw plus 230. And last but not least, 3 o'clock, Millwall and Ipswich. Ipswich even money, Millwall plus 270, draw plus 230. Ipswich is the better team. I'm going to take them at even money. Champions League, Man City over Copenhagen 3-1 in the first leg, and Real Madrid over RB Leipzig 1-0 in the first leg. All right, at 3 o'clock, you have Lazio and Bayern. Bayern's minus 155, Lazio plus 440. The draw is 3-1. I'm gonna take the under 2.5 goals at plus 106. And 3 o'clock, first leg, PSG and Real Sociedad. PSG's minus 150, Real Sociedad's plus 490. The draw is plus 270. I am gonna take over 2.5 goals at even money. I know we have some soccer today as well, and some of them regularly. So Liga MX at 10 p.m. We have Atlas and UNAM. Atlas plus 145, UNAM plus 185. The draw is plus 220. Atlas right now is in 10th, and UNAM right now is in 6th. Both these teams are kind of even, so I'm going to take the draw plus 220 for that match. We have also Serie A at 1, Bologna and Fiorentina. Bologna's plus 125, Fiorentina's plus 230. Bologna right now is in 5th, and Fiorentina right now is in 7th, so they're very close in the standing. So I'm going to take the draw here as well at plus 210. I think there is another game. Yes, we have 2 in Scottish Premiership that we must talk about. So 2:45. Both games are 2:45. We have Aberdeen and Motherwell. So Aberdeen's minus 115, Motherwell's plus 310, the draw's plus 240. Right now, Aberdeen's in 9th, and Motherwell is in 8th. I think Motherwell's a little bit better, so we're getting value there. I'm going to take plus 310. And then we have Rangers and Ross County. Rangers are in 2nd, and Ross County's in 11th. Rangers is a big favorite at minus 1,600. Ross County's 3-8 to 1. The draw's 10 to 1. For this one, I like over 3.5 goals at even money. And I'm quickly going to check to see if Dutch Eredivisie's playing. No, they don't play until Friday. So we don't have anything there. So that's it for soccer. Now we're going to do the notes for today. So there's not a lot. So the Board of College Football has to vote on the college football playoff format. Its group is expected to vote on the 5+7 model on February 20th. So that is very interesting news, and that is in the wake of The Athletic reporting a 6-year pending college football finalizing 12-team details in the wake of the Pac-12 implosion, a $7.8 billion deal. So it extended with ESPN that carry their games. So that's a big deal. I think that it's going to work itself out with the Pac-12 imploding the way it did, and they'll put the Pac-12 too with the Mountain West. That would be my guess. The Power 5 wants an NCAA tournament expansion as commissioners opened dialogue about March Madness expansion. I don't know if I'm for that or not. That would just be more teams in the tournament, but it does provide more betting opportunities. But that's the positive that comes out of it. But all it does is put worser teams in the tournament. So there's another fun story. Michigan breaks the combine record as they are sending 18 players to the NFL combine. So that is interesting. Football, NFL. Bengals expect to tag T. Higgins as he's likely to receive a franchise tag at 1 year, $20.7 million. That's not surprising. T. Higgins is their best player that's slated to become a free agent, so they should franchise tag him. I believe the Bengals will be tomorrow in terms of the offseason preview and predictions show. So Hassan Reddick of the Eagles shuts down trade rumors as he reportedly requested a trade, but he shut it down. There was a mic that caught Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift after the Chiefs win as they embraced. They had some nice things to say to one another. Anthony Richardson is throwing as he's roughly 6 to 8 weeks ahead of schedule. That is great news for Indy. 49ers defensive end Eric Armstead has a torn meniscus as he played through the injury since December 3rd and will have surgery. That's crazy. How about this? So the Vikings former coach Mike Zimmer got hired as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. The Giants defensive line coach Andre Patterson did not let the Cowboys meet with him about a position with Dallas. So that's interesting. Patrick Mahomes called the Super Bowl win as Patrick Mahomes' wife Brittany brought out the receipts from early January. Well, Patrick Mahomes has a right to do that. He's a freaking winner. How about this? Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback of the 49ers, walks back the overtime comment as he says the team was well aware of the rule change. So whoever reported that was false, it looks like. Basketball news. Obviously, on Monday night, the Knicks got screwed by the officials with that non-foul that they called. It wasn't a foul, that they called a foul, as the Knicks are filing protests with the league after L2M report confirms the incorrect foul call on Jalen Brunson. I'm not surprised the Knicks are doing that. That was a bad call. I mean, granted, the Knicks did not play well in that game, which got them to that position, but they have every right to protest because that was a terrible call. Terrible. The Miles Bridges charges were dropped as charges of domestic violence, protective order violation, child abuse, and property damage dismissed due to lack of evidence. So the charges were dropped there, and that situation looks like it's going to blow over. Bad news for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard will not suit up tonight against the Warriors because of an adductor strain. Luckily for the Clippers, those three guys have been healthy most of the year, and that's a big reason why they seem to be playing better and probably are going to get a top 4 seed in the Western Conference. So Kawhi out tonight. Kristaps Porzingis missed last night's game against the Nets because of a back injury. How about this? Shaq had a custom Magic jacket as he gifted a special Jeff Hamilton jacket during the retirement ceremony. That was very nice. So the Royals look like they're getting a new stadium, as there's a layout out there on the internet for a stadium in downtown KC. So it looks like they're going to be moving further from Arrowhead. The Oakland Athletics are talking lease extension as team meeting with Oakland officials about the lease at the Coliseum through 2027. So it looks like they're not going to move for a while now. So this drama with the Athletics between Oakland and Vegas is going to go on for a minute. And then hockey news, Morgan Riley got suspended 5 games for cross-checking Ridley Greig. So that's a big loss for the Maple Leafs these next several games. So that's it for news and notes.
Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. College basketball has not been kind to me over the past couple days. So I'm going to go to hockey. And I'm going to take the over 6.5 in the Panthers-Pens game. I'm in the 5th of the unit on it. It's plus money. So over 6.5 goals, plus 110. Panthers-Penguins. I just think that's a high-scoring game. The Panthers could do that by themselves. And the Pens could put up a couple, too. I think that there's 4-3 written all over it. So, again, over 6.5 in the Panthers-Penguins game at plus 110 for my best bet of the day. All right, so there you have it for the show. I'll be back later with some more NFL offseason preview and prediction stuff. And then tomorrow will be the regular show. And then hopefully there's a new episode of We Are Family, because last week there was not. And then we have golf to talk about as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.